Welcome. Thank you for tuning back in to listening pleasure for another good, powerful episode. Today we're interviewing none other than our number one co-host. Y'all know him by Mouf Almikey, aka Mike V, whatever you want to call him. So, you know what we like to say around this time: click, like, subscribe, share, and do all that good stuff. So, without further ado, we give y'all a minute to do all that. And share this on your Facebook. Share it. You watch it on YouTube. Share your YouTube. Do all that good stuff to so my man can get his story out. We can get some views up and do everything we need to do. And while y'all doing that, let's welcome to the stage the one, the only, my main man, Mike, Mouf Almikey.
Yeah, this the one. Grab a drink, some popcorn and shit. We're gonna have a ball, man. Hey, thank you. I appreciate this. Like, we probably don't say it enough. Like, you starting this gave all us a voice for real again. Put the fire into us to start moving again. And like, we probably don't say this enough, but it's definitely appreciated. Come on, y'all. Get with it.
I
Like, share,
appreciate you,
subscribe,
man.
goddammit. Let's have fun. Let's have some fun.
No doubt. What's been going on? What's new before we get into it, man? Let some of the people jump on.
Shit, what's new? Man, just doing more with the youth. Our company got subcontracted. Like, I don't know if you heard about the McDonald's in Fairfax that won't allow people under 21 to come in and dine. But it's a black lady in the 757, and I don't know her last name, but I'm gonna shout her out next time we on because I'm gonna get her last name. But she owned like 10 McDonald's, and she got one that's like a trouble spot. High school kids come hang at, cut up. We done been subcontracted to kind of be like security, so she don't have to call the police. And like it's been a great experience talking to them. Like like a lot of them come kick it in there every day. So it's been a great little experience, and it's already been a change in the 3 weeks. I done been in there, and it's super dope doing it. Just being able to touch like their minds and find out what they got going on and how they think. Cause the way to these kids ain't telling them what we went through. It's finding out what they going through and understanding how they trying to navigate it and how we can help them navigate it. So, like, one of the things that our generation of parents didn't do enough of was listen to us. They ain't understand why we ended up turning into whatever we turned into. And like, we gotta hear them. They'll tell you. They'll like stop force feeding them your ideologies. Listen to them. They're gonna tell you how to help them. Yeah.
True, man. Yeah, ain't much been going on. I was looking today and I seen, I think they say 500 people was let off from the shipyard today. So I seen that, I was just like, yeah, that's a lot. So,
but that go back to our childhood though, because I remember like them trying to tell us like the shipyard was the place to be, right? And I can also remember when we was young thinking like my cousin got laid off, my uncle got laid off, like, and they would just be off work for 6 months and had to try to figure their life out all over again. And this the place y'all telling me to graduate high school and go work at? I don't know about that, fam. I don't know about that.
Yeah. I think Cuz was jumping on. I want to make sure before I try to bring him on. I wait till we get on. But yeah. Listen. So as y'all see, we got the man on, and I'm gonna bring our co-host to the stage as he always show love. Y'all welcome Martez to the stage. Welcome. Cuz, what's happening? You on mute, Cuz. You on mute.
Yeah, I am.
There you go. Yeah, you off now.
I was on old man time, man. What's going on, y'all?
What's up with you, bro? How you?
Not much, man.
Cool, fam. Yeah, I'm here with Shy Love, man. We just on the porch.
Oh yeah, cool. Hey, Shy.
What's up?
What up, though?
They waiting for the show.
Yeah, we about to get into it with him. Hey, listen, this is gonna be an interview for him, but we gonna be all over, man. We got a little time, so we just gonna be talking, doing what we do.
Already.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and get into it, Mike. So let's go back to the beginning, man. I'm gonna let you start off from the beginning. Don't go past the boys club days, but we're gonna start from the early, whatever you want to introduce on the early days. Tell the people where you from, where you grew up, down, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So where you from? What city you from? And where you grow up?
I'm from the town. I'm from Bad News, man. Newport News. I'm 804 born, 757 raised, man. Like,
No
and
question.
it's home. Like, it's home. Like, I left and went to school a couple years and all that, but this is home. Like, I don't. A lot of people scream, "I'm ready to leave VA." I want to put on for the city. It's always been my dream since anybody has known me. Like, I love the town, bro. I pretty much lived on 23rd Street my whole upbringing. Whether it was between Wickham and Marshall or Marshall and Madison, like I'm a 23rd kid. You said don't go past the boys club, so all right. Shit. Anybody who knew me from the beginning, like I was a nerd and a clown at the same time. Uh, One of the things some of our kids suffer with that they don't catch early enough, they call this ADHD. But you teaching me stuff that I already know. And you saying I'm ADHD because I don't want to sit here and do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Won't nothing wrong with me for real. I just was a little more advanced than my grades, the grade level I was in. So it was kind of hard to sit still.
That's the issue right there. You taking hyperactive kids where they supposed to be the most active, and you trying to make them sit in the
And
desk in a chair for 6 to 8 hours a day.
you
It's
feed them
impossible.
pancakes and syrup, and you give them chocolate milk, and you give them more sugar at lunch, and then you say something wrong with you for not sitting still.
That's
Man, that
correct.
is crazy.
It's like cocaine on a child, man. All that sugar.
That is
Exactly.
crazy. No, absolutely. But
Like Joe says in our DNA to the move. We got
uh,
hunters by nature. Facts.
I'm a middle child, and I came up with middle child syndrome. Uh, like bad too, like bad. Uh, yeah, man, and man, I'm a church kid. Like I'm a real church kid. Like by that time, I was going to church at least twice a week, sometimes up to 7 days a week. I sung in the Sunshine Band. I sung in a lot of choirs.
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to
Yeah,
that.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that. So we gonna go. Like I said, we're gonna go into the club days. Like how early on you can remember you started going to the old Hampton Roads before they. We gonna say who blew it up before they blew the building up.
In,
The
in
old
between
boys club.
in between fifth and sixth grade, I remember it like it was yesterday. And two of my best friends, Shane Walker and Quincy Jones, y'all know him as Abu the Butcher. I met them on that day. Like my first day walking to the boys club, I met them on that day. Shane is now my brother-in-law, one of my most prized friendships and mentorships. Like, man, bro, yeah, like the club is where it started to shape me. Like
Mm-hmm.
what I saw, like what I heard about these people and what I saw was two different things. Like it was supposed to be dirty and people ain't care about each other. They were supposed to be animals. And I watched like some of the best people come out of some of the worst places. So like it allowed me to understand it. Where you are does play a part, but you can overcome anything. Cause like I said, I know some people who came from some of the best places that's some of the worst people. And I know
Yeah.
some people who came from some of the worst places that's some of the best people.
Facts, man. Like and in that time for y'all younger generation that don't know, we ain't have a whole lot. You had the Boys and Girls Club, Doors Miller. It was a little small rec center out Lassiter Drive, but by that time they weren't doing nothing. I think they was playing checkers and chess. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Uptown, we
then,
had the arcade back in the day. So
mhm,
y'all had it good. Shit.
yeah. And then
Yo,
they had the little. That's when back then they had the little game room beside food tiger too. I remember that too. Um, Boys and Girls Club days was good, man. They held you down. See now kids to I don't even know the word. They won't eat the free lunch. They won't. Back then our parents was making you going to get that free lunch, man. You know what I'm saying? Them ices, them cookies. They gonna hold you down.
But they also send us outside to learn how to socialize and like
Yeah.
and deal with other people, and
Hmm.
find your place in the pecking order.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, like a lot of them days weren't good for me because I've always had this mouth. I ain't always had these hands though. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them days weren't good for me, but it also made me understand like it's a pecking order to things, and if you want to be in a hierarchy, you better get them. Because like my pop once said, like you either gonna have to learn how to shut up or learn how to fight, because you gonna piss a lot of people off. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that.
Yeah. You definitely had to learn how to the squabble at the club,
Yeah,
cause
we like it was a like if you came from past the train tracks, like you had to go, and I ain't even gonna do them like that. Probably past Newsom Park. Like, man, you had to be able to you had to learn how to live or you was gonna get swallowed whole.
yeah,
Like period. Like
you'll never get on the game. You'll never get on the bumper tables in the game systems. You can cancel that.
basketball
Like
court.
I
Oh,
don't care how long you sit in line, they gonna jump you. Man, I remember you had to call everything next, going out, getting up, going to the bathroom.
facts.
And man, if you ain't had no weight, none of that mean nothing. You
Yeah,
come back, it's gonna be six people in front of you.
and you just gonna have to wait. You was at the
Yeah,
boys club all day. You played one game of pool, and they made you play war ball to throw the ball at your head.
yeah.
Crazy. That is crazy.
Woolball was crazy, man.
Cause it was grown men throwing balls at little kids.
Yeah,
Like Junie Johnson and Batman and them was hitting them kids with the ball. Like that's fucking crazy.
they used to tear them up, man. Yeah, that was crazy. So, like you said, you was a church baby, man. Uh,
13, 23, 25th, man.
we, oh yeah, Jose oh yeah, Jose, he was a game room champion. That's right.
And
For
Joe was the fastest swimmer at the whole boys club.
and he
Like
said
I
he was
remember that.
you for the year.
I, I I remember like dude had like a half a lap lead on Joe in the relay. Joe swam him down like it looked like Michael Johnson running against somebody. Yo, like that was crazy. I remember that Joe like it was yesterday too.
Hey, listen, man, that's all we did, man. We was fish
Man,
in the pool,
we
and
were black and ashy.
yeah, listen, we got older. We stopped going from the club, taking that walk to Magruder.
Yeah, facts.
And that once we started doing that, it was a wrap. All day, every day. Like we met in the club because we was all down there. But I can really remember the church days for sure. So
Man,
go ahead.
like that. Like, and I don't know, it's been 35 years, man, but like the way I remember it, like we met at the club and like 2 weeks later, y'all was sitting in the pew. Like, what the hell? Like, oh shit. And like, man, them years, like you becoming a teenager, you already going through developing who you are. But like, man, those years in that place, like put so much structure in my life in a bunch of ways and shaped me in so many different ways. Uh, like I learned from so many different people, young and old, and like whether I believe in the book or none of that, like the core values of that book, like mean everything to me. Be a good person, treat people how you want to be treated. Don't lie, don't steal, don't kill people unless you have to. Like the core values of that book, like mean everything to me. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
They have
Pastor,
to.
yeah.
yeah,
There was some
we,
murders in the Bible, won't it?
man, because they had to. Like,
Yeah,
what the hell? Like, you know, Rooks and JoJo probably a tie as my second pop. Like, man, I learned so much from them. Like, because I spent so much time with them, like those years, learned about friendship. I learned about holding each other down. Like, we was in some situations where people should have did us filthy, but we stood together strong because this my brother and that's my brother, and we ain't going nowhere. And we kind of toughed our way out of them. You know what I'm saying? But like, you
hmm
learn about camaraderie, you learn about friendship. Like, most people do know this who really know me, but I found my love of football through y'all in those same years. And I learned more about football from y'all in those years than I had learned up to that point by far. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and got a love for football through, like, we just played every day. Like, even like it's snowing, it raining, anything happening, we ain't got to go to school. We trying to play some football in some way, shape, or form.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
so like my love for football came from that. I, man, those years. But like I said, like the core values of that book mean a lot to me. I have a conscience. Like I know what it is to feel remorse and like so you know how to move a little different based off that. And I kind of shape my life with the core values from the book. And in them years, man, like we did it all. Like we played church basketball tournaments. We went in
hmm
outsung choirs. We was about to jump somebody in church one time. We was about to get to fighting with the people on Chestnut one day in front of the church for talking to the females the wrong way. Like we weren't your typical church boys, but we went to church all the time. And
Yeah,
I believe it's the reason why we ain't in the penitentiary because when we started wilding, we was cutting up. But I think the values that we learned, the people who was behind us and knowing that we ain't just affecting ourselves, we embarrassing some people. That meant something. And I think that's the reason why we ain't in the penitentiary.
no doubt. I could go for that for sure. They definitely played a lot of, you know. So what? Like you say, Sunshine Band. For people that don't know, that's
That's
the
the baby band.
little baby choir. Um, what made you want to get in the choir, or did you have a choice?
Uh hey my wife, uh first I could sing a little bit. Don't tell nobody I wasn't supposed to tell people that I'm a gangster for real. Nah. I could sing a little bit. And then like I was like when you the Sunshine Band, you don't really have a choice. They just put all the kids in the choir. But
Yeah,
then as we got older, like, man, we had like we could sing. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't show it off everywhere, but we could sing. Like we had the gospel lights and the like we had our little men's group.
Shot said sing something.
Nah, that ain't I'm almost 50 years old. That's crazy.
Yeah.
yeah,
Go.
yeah, we could sing a little bit. Orlando could really sing. Like, but we
yeah,
could we could hold the tune. We could hold the tune pretty well. And
yeah. I
and
remember those days.
our
Shoot,
choir was
Mike, you had you. What was your lead song? You had a lead song too. What was your song?
we doing that for real in real life.
I just can't remember. I'm gonna get on D2. D
Trouble don't
had
last
D.
long.
You got
Trouble
to
don't
hit the
last long,
lead
baby.
song. Come on, man.
Yeah,
The
D
lead.
D had a couple of songs
Yeah,
too.
facts.
Yeah, D
Junior
used to
30 got
sing.
Hey,
his
what was
for
the
everybody,
lead
but didn't
song?
never
He
want
was
to
the
lead
Well,
nothing.
lead?
I used to be able
Yeah,
to find too, man. We should go ahead and just go and crank that shit. Because I got some choir stories
That,
too.
that ain't what we do.
I'll go. I'll go
yeah.
and take the
I
lead while
ain't
somebody
nowhere.
go.
I ain't.
Hey, come on, cuz I know you in there.
I got off the Sunshine Band and got on the drums, man.
You got to get a drummer, son.
Yeah,
yeah. We can sing. We can sing a little bit.
and
I'm
that's
glad
crazy
we
because none of us knew no instruments, man, and
just figured it
everybody
out.
just figured it out
Man,
and took off like
man, and
crazy.
Nate still getting awards and money.
Yeah, all
Junior,
across the country.
yeah, man, them people like it's special. It's special. Like
Yeah,
yeah, we've seen enough, like speaking on the church, like
Ain't it Joe say, "What a mighty God we serve."
that was Derek. That was Derek. Uh we've seen enough things in our life to know like a person who said ain't no God is crazy. Like, and I ain't knocking whatever nobody believe, but I done seen enough in my life. Like I watched them kids just walk on instruments and start playing them. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah,
Yeah,
like none of y'all.
they telling you to bust a tune.
No, I'm cool on that.
Keon say bust a tune. Wifey say same.
Yeah, she get to hit me in here. Y'all crazy. Don't just be sharing that with people, man. I'm a thug, son.
Hey, listen.
I
So
got bars. I got bars.
we all know, like you said, you was a basketball fanatic, right?
First, absolutely.
And then the football just took over. So what sport you would say defines your childhood the most and why?
Football for a bunch of reasons. Um, Rest in peace to Tommy Raymond. And while most of the people who know, like we ain't had the best relationship, we ain't had the worst relationship. Like I was just a dude who played, and I rode the bench a lot. But Coach Raymond changed my life because he made a statement one day when I was in the 11th grade. That man said football is controlled violence. And man, if you remember, a switch kind of went off in my head. And I just like you remember our tackle days, like, man, I'm a freight train trying to hurt on people. Like had a lot of anger that I didn't understand as a youngin'. Football allowed me to take it out on people. And like this was the early 90s, man. People who barely 6 feet won't go into the NBA. So like you you just like you gotta be Bubba Chuck fast and good. Like I want and then all my friends was playing football, like Orlando and Brian was playing for Phoebus, Derek and Junior. Like I wouldn't have had no friends to hang with in the summer. So I'm gonna go play football. And then, like I said, like that statement from Coach Raymond, like it you make it through your first real 2 days, you realize it ain't that bad. Like you want to do that again. I want to do that again. Like, uh, but like I tried to play in college too. I was a special teams nigga there, but like football mean everything to me because it's more like real life. Like you're not gonna have the answer to every problem. You gotta figure it out as you go. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No question. No question. Yeah, the football days was definitely I don't even know what you want to say. They was definitely real. Tommy spared no expense at conditioning and being in shape.
facts.
His tour days was real. Um, and man, we had a whole lot of talent on the teams, man.
Yeah.
But some and I boom. Tell the people about this because we was talking about this. Just jumped in my head out the blue.
Okay.
Tell the people about. I don't see now one of them on, but me, D, and Dream was just talking about the talent show y'all did
Oh
uh, at Ferguson in high school.
man, I ain't gonna take credit for it. Derek and Junior was trendsetters. Like we was just they friends and following their lead. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Derek and Junior could get away with doing shit that nobody else could get away with. Like and like come to school in bell bottoms and tight shirts and butterfly collars. It ain't gotta be Halloween. We just doing it because that's what we doing today. Or you know what I mean? And we ended up putting a group together with Lamarchi called Return to Woodstock. And like, man, it was so janky, but we turned the whole auditorium out just because who it was and how they came out there. Like, I had 2 notebooks, like trapper keepers, looking like turntables, and I'm acting like I'm mixing. And I don't know what that dance was that Derek did, and like they shut it down because the people started trying to jump on stage. Like it was wild. It was wild. And then we ended up doing a talent show at
It was at
like
Affinities. It was at Affinities, but it won't call that then.
yeah, facts. And
Yeah, I remember. I remember.
like some dudes was like I think we finished second. If I ain't mistaken, the Park Rangers won. I think we finished second, and they were supposed to come try to record a song with us, but we never heard nothing from it. But yeah, it was. we wild out. Like we wild a little bit. Like we was wilding. We was called Return to Woodstock. Like we was crazy. We was crazy.
Yeah, we was young and I heard about that. They told me y'all went on, crushed that joint. They was trying to get on stage and shut it down. Y'all
Man,
was running to the bus. They act like, hey Joe, go ahead, man. They ain't even supposed to know that. Yeah, so y'all ain't know this. Me, man, it was a couple. Me, Joe, Dern. I think it was Johnny Jefferson and them who we used to sing in school too. They used to take us around the shows, different classes and stuff. We used to sing. We sang "Boys to Me." It's so hard. They used to always want us to sing.
uh,
We was young though. That was like fourth
anytime,
grade.
anytime we was at church, Orlando wanted to sing "Come and Talk to Me." He wanted to
Yeah,
sing that all the time.
Juice
Yeah,
was funny. He got to lick his lips like LL 50 million times before he sang.
man. Me, him, and Brian, low brother Brian, we ended up working at Cracker Barrel together. Man, they used to egg that man on, yo. Like the dish room used to sound like we was at a goddamn karaoke bar.
He back there just blowing.
Man, and it won't just him. We would be his backup singers, but he'd get going in. Once he
Yeah,
get going, goddamn it, because Oak could sing and he liked that attention. He sing, goddamn it.
yeah. So first of all, like you said, we already talked about what it was like playing for the Tommy Riemann. But what it was like, so I never played. AB graduated before I came. What it was like playing with AB and Mike Vick. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
The two guys that most people know under Riemann that made it.
like honestly, uh, when it come to Vic, I remember because that was my senior year, that was his freshman year,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember me, Rayfield, and somebody else on our scent, like we told them, like, hey yo, this boy gonna be super electrifying. Like y'all don't know what y'all witnessing, so enjoy it while it's here. Like we knew what that was, like we could see it, because that was before he ever hit weights and shit. Like this was just him being a little bit fast and could throw the ball, and he had that crazy ass game against Gloucester. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to say he accounted for like 530 something and 6 touchdowns or some shit. So we saw it. Like, and I've always known what I'm looking at. When it came to AB, like he was the first person like I could tangibly see that won on TV who could throw the ball 50, 60 yards on the rope. Like he didn't have to put air under the ball. He just had to step up into that bitch and fire it. Like, and he was super accurate. Like it was a pleasure. They my two favorite NFL players of all time. My favorite NFL college moment was when AB his senior year. That's crazy because I was thinking about this today. AB last game,
I
the
already knew what you're talking about.
bowl game, they playing Tech. He ran out of bounds right there by Oop and he dap him up. Like that's some downtown Newport News shit that I don't think people understand. Like that's my favorite college moment. And like when they played against each, like for them to be in the same division, to have to play each other twice a year, I ain't give a fuck who won, except for whoever had the ball last. I just wanted niggas to go out and put on for the city, cause it ain't a lot of niggas who could say their city put two starting quarterbacks in the NBA, NFL at the same time, let alone say their school put two starting quarterbacks. And how many people could say they played under both of them? Whether I rode the bench or not, I caught passes from both of them. So yeah, like they my two favorite NFL people by far. Like I rooted for them. Like I'm a diehard Eagles fan, but I had a 5, 6 year span where the Eagles was like my third team because I'm rooting for my guys all. Like in the NFC championship, the Eagles was going to the Super Bowl and I was rooting for Oop. Like I
Yeah,
can't I can't not root for my guy. Like I don't know how to not root for my guy. So I was rooting for Atlanta and I'm an Eagles fan. And I know that don't make sense to people, but I don't know how to root from people. I don't know how to not root from people who come from here and try their best to make a way for themselves. I'm rooting for all them people, whether it's a clothing line, whether you wrote a book. I don't care what you're doing. If you doing something positive, I'm rooting for you, and I just happen to know them, so I was rooting for them a lot.
Joe say, rest in peace to BJ, Brian Scott.
Yeah.
He say Nuka News got 2 number 1 picks, so he get Chuck and Vic.
Yeah, that'll be a dope podcast episode if we can get them
Man.
together.
So all right. So how did you went to a firm, right?
Firm, yeah.
Firm. So
Yeah.
how did firm coming about going for to be your school, and how was your college days compared to your high school days?
Ah, shit. Okay, so it's a funny story how I ended up at firm. I got into Fayetteville State, firm, and Elizabeth City State, right? I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know what the hell I was gonna do, none of that shit. I just found out though at the time Fayetteville State didn't have a football team. And I didn't want to go nowhere that didn't have a football team. I left to go shoot basketball one day, and I came home, and a professor from firm had called my mama and said I could come take a free summer program. It'd get me acclimated to the campus before school started. And if I was going to try to play a summer sport, that program ended right before football practice started. Man, I walked in the door. She said, man, you getting on the Greyhound tomorrow at 6:45 in the morning. That's how I ended up at firm. Somebody picked me up from the Greyhound station at Roanoke and drove me an hour to firm. Like, that's how I ended up there. I, honestly, like the football I got, like I ain't care about nothing but football. I wouldn't go to class or nothing. I ain't even really care about partying or none of that. I was somewhere where it was a bunch of freshmen who played in the secondary or people who hadn't played before. So, like football meant everything. I ain't really care about none of that other shit. And like I was also a 17-year-old kid by age, but I was like a 13-year-old kid in the mind. Like I had never been nowhere where I didn't have adult supervision and I had to be responsible for me. Man, I was a fucking kid. I just wanted to have fun. Like, ain't nobody making you go to class. Ain't nobody telling you you know what I mean, you gotta go to bed. None of that shit. And like at 17, when I left, I still couldn't go to Walker Village. And you know how close my house was to Walker Village without permission. So to now be thrown into a world where I'm in charge of myself and it ain't no adult supervision, I fucked that all up in 18 months. Bad too. Like bad. Like I'm getting into it with any and everybody. I don't go to class. I don't do shit I'm supposed to do. My football didn't get me to college. Don't let me make that the narrative. Football didn't get me to college. I got to college because I was a smart kid. I was a nerd. I hung with the drama kids and shit. Uh, and when I got to college, I ain't think about none of that shit. Firm told me they thought had some talent, and that's all it took for me. Goddamn it, the only man, I had weightlifting classes, even though I had to go work out with the team. I don't give a fuck. I'm just trying to be the best football player I can be, and I ain't really care about none of that other shit. And I didn't realize how sweet I had it until they told me I couldn't come back.
Word. Marty, don't let me do all the twice. If you got something you want to ask, personal or anything, y'all got some questions y'all want to ask us watching, y'all can put them in the comments.
And don't keep saying nothing about singing because I ain't doing no goddamn singing.
Y'all got some questions y'all want to ask in the comment, we'll get them on.
Keon, what up? I appreciate you, bro.
Go ahead, cuz you on. If you was about to say something, I ain't know. All right, so listen. So, did you have your kids before you got out of school, or was it right after?
No, I came home at 19. I ain't had my son until I was 22.
Okay, still young age. So, how did having your kids at a young age change or impact you as a young age? 22, everybody's still doing.
Like, it was a bad situation, and but I felt like I put myself there. Like, whether, like me and my baby mother weren't the most compatible people, and I knew that, but I still ended up making a baby with her after the fact, right? And then like just like my daddy, like I have a responsibility now. It don't like what you want to do in your adult life, unless you plan it the right way and put yourself in the right position, you spend way more time doing what you have to do than what you want to do. That's just the reality to it.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't like saying you not ready is a bad way of saying it, but I didn't prepare myself to have a kid. I just had a kid. And
Mm-hmm.
because I had a kid, I had to put myself in a position to do what needed to be done. And at first I was still young and dumb and wanted to have fun and shit too. Um, and I had my daughter and it changed me a little bit, but I was still like a little while. I had two situations um early in my life, and I tell my story because it is what it is. I had two situations early in my life that kind of made me want to do better. The first one being Cassidy that came out with that song "I'm a Hustle." Um, my son was probably 5. Yeah. Somebody asked one day what he wanted to be, and he said, "I'm gonna be a hustler because that's what my daddy is," and it broke my heart. So understanding that he gonna follow, I gotta try to find a way to lead the right way. And I had some stuff that was old that I had to deal with, and
Mm-hmm.
when I turned myself in, and during that time, my kids found out that I was locked up, and I won't go on for long. Like maybe I want to say like 45 days, maybe 60 days. But they found out I was locked up, and they kids they don't understand the difference between jail and prison. They just know you locked up. And I came home, and the day I came home, my dad said the kids want to talk to you in the room, and I was like, "What?" He was like, "They wanted to write you a letter, but we thought that you would have thought we coaxed them into doing that. So go talk to your kids." And my kids asked their daddy not to go to jail no more. And I ended up with 2 jobs, maybe like a week later, week and a half later, and been doing everything I can to stay out them people way since. I think I was 20. I was either 27. No, yeah, I was 27. I was 27. And I've been doing everything I can to stay out them people way ever since.
Well, that's definitely a good motivation not to go back and be in their way for sure. Um, so you've been married before.
Yeah,
Uh,
man, I talked to my wife about all this shit.
I
Like,
know. I was just trying to think of how I wanted to ask whatever. I would just say, explain us to that situation. Then.
um,
How it come about? How you met her? What made you want to marry her? And then what led to the separation? I just put it
okay,
all out there from there.
so I met her because we worked across the street from each other. Um, and like to put it in a nutshell, um, hey, fuck, this is the perfect way to describe it, and I don't have to say a lot. Watch this. So we ended up getting married because when it was good, it was great. We ended up getting divorced because when it was bad, it was horrible.
Mm.
Like there was no in between. And like just because people care about each other don't mean they're supposed to be together. Like sometimes two people just not supposed to be together. And the longer we would have kept it going, like it would have turned bad just because of both of our personalities. Like I hadn't become this calm, stoic person yet, and she definitely wasn't. And like yeah, it just like it didn't work for us. Like we both got married for the wrong reasons because we ended up getting married for the most part because we felt like we had put so much time in it, we might as well. Not because we wanted to be married. If you get married for the wrong reasons, you're gonna get divorced for the right reasons.
All day long.
Simple. Um, yeah, and like I ain't never been a dude to stay with nobody to where we gotta hate each other and shit. Like when it ain't gonna work, it ain't gonna work. Um, yeah, because I don't want to get in the way of you being happy, and I ain't gonna let you be in the way of me being happy. Because the reality to me has always been, and my wife now I tell you, I said this to her probably the second or third day that we ever talked to each other. Like being lonely is better than being miserable. So I'll be by myself before I end up looking at the clock and getting mad just because you about to come home or some shit like, nah, I'm not doing that. Like I choose peace of mind.
Mm,
I choose
price.
peace every time. Like uh I didn't understand it because like during the course of like when we came up, like you heard shit like happy wife, happy life, and as long as like all that shit
Stupid.
stupid. Like
Stupid.
if we can't if I can't be happy and you can't be happy, if if I gotta lose my happiness to make you happy, then we ain't happy. That's just the reality to it. So yeah, it just like we probably shouldn't have got married. We did. We quickly found out we weren't supposed to be married,
Mm.
and like fuck that. It's time to let that go, move past that. Like move past that because like you ain't doing nothing but hurting yourself. And like it put me in a position to really dig inside myself and understand because and like in both because I ain't had before my wife now I ain't had but two real relationships, and in both of them I was just as much to blame as them people were because in both situations I showed them that I was somebody I want.
Mm.
Like I sold
Mm.
like my baby mama knew nothing about me handling pistols and all that shit. Like she thought I was a go to work, just nice guy. Like I sold her somebody I wasn't. I made the ex-wife believe that as long as you ain't yelling at me, I'm cool with that shit. And I wasn't. I'm not that dude for real. And like I masked it for years because I said it out loud, but it really bothered me. And then like after we split up one time and I came, like I was a whole different human being. And it was like we and she was a whole different human being, and we weren't the same people, and we was just holding on to like we done spent all this time together, and we should have just let each other go about our business.
Well, say it. I mean, yeah, I ain't gonna get into it.
No,
Um,
so like one of the things that my mental health journey helped me, one of the things that helped me on my mental health journey was like a lot of this shit, like if you talk to people who go to counseling, they say one of the first things a counselor say is you can lie to me all day. If you lie to you, you ain't here for no fucking reason.
mm-hmm.
You're just wasting your own time. So while I didn't go to a counselor, I had to really look myself in the mirror and be honest about a lot of situations in life in order to move past them, to understand them, to get better from them, all that shit. So like I can't just be like, she this and she that and he this and no, fam. How did you even end like you said, how did you end up in that situation? Oh shit, I played just as much a part as them people played. And you gotta eat that. But it helped you move past that shit. I promise you it do.
Accountability, man. That's very huge. A lot of people don't, not especially when it comes to self. But since we speaking on all that, let's get to the another bright side. So now you're a granddad, right? I can't
Absolutely.
remember how
I'm a
many. I
grand
don't know how many.
two times.
Two times. Two times. So what's I guess you could say one or some. What's some big lessons or one big lesson you learned now that you're a grandparent, granddad that you didn't learn as a quote unquote dad, maybe?
One of the things I learned, one of the things that I carry heavy, and I hope my son see this, I hope my daughter see this, is I'm the granddaddy. Like those are his and his fiance's children to raise. I'm here to help in any way, shape, or form. But as long as them kids are safe, I don't get to dictate how them kids are raised. Like if they want to raise them kids Muslim, if they want to raise them kids that they want to homeschool them, whatever they like, those are their kids. I'm the grandfather. I'm here to help that. Um, I,
Facts.
I came up in a very hands-on family who felt like I didn't understand what I was getting myself into. And so it caused a lot of confusion because there was a whole lot of questioning because I did stuff way different than most people. Like my son called me Mike until he wanted to call me daddy. And he called me Pops now, but I never made him call me daddy. I never made my daughter call me daddy. She just came out saying it because he was saying it. But at the time I had kids, I understood that it was people all around the neighborhoods that we came from that weren't taking care of their kids. I'm not gonna make my kids call me their daddy. I'm gonna earn the title of daddy. When you want to call me that, that means something to me. Not just because I got your mama pregnant. No, that ain't who I am. Like I had a whole lot of unconventional ways of
Mm.
raising my kids. I did my kids get spanked? My son yesterday, day before yesterday. So he sat down, he thought about it. He said, man, I can't remember but one time you beat me. Yeah, because you only got in trouble if you knew you was doing something wrong. When you do something that you don't know you doing wrong, I don't think you're supposed to get a beating. That's my fault. I got to teach you. That's a teaching moment as a parent. Now, once you decide that I know this is wrong, now don't get it wrong. I'm supposed to pop the shit out you if you about to stick a fork in a socket and electrocute yourself. But if you ain't gonna hurt yourself, man, I need to teach you decision making skills and how to learn consequences and rewards. So if you ain't gonna hurt yourself, I'm gonna let you do you a little bit. That way you understand. That way you understand the decision making skills and how to like. Man, I wanted them to like your brain is a tool that they can't stop, bro. They can't like, man, you can get in an accident and be paralyzed from the waist down or the neck down. If your brain's still working, yo, you can still be a valuable part to this society, bro. And so that's what I wanted to teach them. I tried to get them like the stuff I didn't have, right? And then um other things is like it's cool to like I'm real animalistic in certain situations. Like my oldest grandson two, the baby about to be one, right? Or just over one. Uh like I don't go visit them a whole lot. I need them to be talking and like in the animal sense, like know they mom and dad's scent
Mm-hmm.
and sound so that they understand that I'm secondary. Like them people in charge. Don't come running to me saying, but my daddy said I couldn't, but I want to, because I'm gonna stand with your daddy and your mama. Because that's like their rules supersede everybody's rules. That's just how I feel. Um, but I
That's the way
love
it should. That's the way it should be.
but I love being a granddaddy simply because like I get to impart more knowledge on my son that I didn't have. And I also get to see, like, man, they splitting images of me and him and my daddy. You know what I'm saying? So I get to see that reborn. Um, if you know me, you know me and my pop relationship weren't the best early, but man, I got so much love for dude as I got older, just understanding what he went through to be a daddy. Like I got a like, and then like he was not a talker, he was a doer. So to see him in action, like in a time where my dad was a firefighter, in a time where men would lead a woman just because the woman ain't want him, he would lead the kids. Like my daddy was sleeping on his mama couch, and he was a firefighter making good money, but he was paying all the bills at our house because his three kids there. And I said three kids. Like while my brother ain't my dad's quote unquote biological kid, he been my dad's son since he was 6 months when my dad met my mama. And he ain't never known nobody else as his daddy. Like, and I ain't saying that like we not real brothers, because that's my real brother. I don't know no other fucking way. I'm just telling the story as it is. My
Mm-hmm.
daddy met my mama, he was 6 months, and my daddy took him in as his own and raised him to graduation and further past that as his own son. So, like, like when we talked about heroes, like he my hero because I understood what like he really like everybody was leaving their kid. Like a lot of my friends didn't know their daddies. Like if you really think about what I'm saying, outside of us, a lot of our friends ain't know their daddies.
All right.
Man,
Keon said, "Rest in peace, Big Mike."
my daddy won't go no motherfucking well. Like he was gonna take care of his kids. he was gonna raise his son. Like one of the things I did when I stepped in the streets is you're not gonna blame my daddy or my mama for this shit. I did this, I chose this. Them people did everything they could. They like keep me
Exactly.
away from this. You're not gonna blame them. You're not gonna blame them. I did this. Like my daddy put me in the Boy Scouts. Man, they made us go to church. They did everything they could to keep us from off them corners and wilding in them streets. So I would never let nobody, like even back then, blame them, even though I had, like during them days, I had my own beef with them. Like I said, I got middle child syndrome. I felt like I was the unloved kid. You know what I'm saying? Like whether that was the truth or not, I'm just telling you from my perspective. It might not have been that. But from my perspective, I felt like my sister being the youngest and the only girl, that was daddy's little girl. And my mama and my brother had 4 years together before I came. It kind of was in the goddamn way. Like I felt like. Uh,
Yeah.
so I had middle child syndrome. Uh, so I ain't necessarily saying because my parents were great as providers. Man, you was at my house, man. We ain't want for shit. Food. We had cable in every room. We didn't want for nothing. I just like that 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 love part. I and don't get it wrong, I was a bad kid. Like I was beat. I got in trouble a lot because one thing that happened when my baby sister, like before my baby sister, I got attention for my grades. Then my sister started bringing home straight A's too. Like, man, what the hell? It don't. And like I like attention. So if I ain't getting positive attention, I'm gonna go get some other attention. But it's gonna be some attention.
Yeah, she ain't play with them grades.
Facts. Oh no. Now boo boo. No, hell no. Hell no.
Boom. So, all right. We all know because from watching the show, you speak and you light up when you speak to the wifey. So we're gonna get to that. So let's just go like let's say it like this. So during this process, what did you do differently during the dating process and then securing this marriage and making this marriage work up until today?
Man, it's simple. And it don't sound simple, but it's simple. We had to build the foundation first. Before any bullshit could come in, we had to
That's
have a
where you start.
foundation. Like she liked me, I liked her. And like I wasn't looking for a certain type. I was looking for core values that meant something to me. Are you a good person? Do
Mm-hmm.
you like, you know what I mean? Like I won't
Mm-hmm.
like I'm gonna build around the shit that's gonna keep us. And like I'm unconventional, bro. Like the way I think is so unconventional. And
Thank you, Joe. Thank you.
this beautiful lady, like she literally like it was an experiment for real. Probably for her too, because I know it ain't shit like this. Like I know it ain't shit like this. But like I believe I got the key to relationships being good. Come in with no expectations so you
Mm-hmm.
can appreciate a person for who they really are, not what you want them to be. Like it's like, and I got a bunch of these little things that when you put them together, they make a foundation that if y'all stand on that motherfucker, I don't care when the person come and say, man, you know when we was in the 8th grade, he used to like me. She gonna be like, he already told me that shit. You can't shake this shit. Then, bro, we have been like it don't matter how low I've been. Like I ain't had nothing to offer her when we met. I was taking care of my daddy sleeping on his couch. Like I ain't had nothing to offer, bro. Like she liked me. I ain't asked her. I didn't say, "Can you? I want to see you." She was like, "You know, I'll be by your house. I'll swing by if you want me to." Oh shit, she liked me. I liked her. She liked me. Like that shit means something. And then like we have been from the lowest of the lows and we starting to win. And like I tell her, like some people will say this is obligation. You goddamn right, it's obligation. You stuck with me when I ain't had shit. I'm starting to win in life. I want to marry you because I don't want nobody else to get it. I don't want you to think that I was holding on to you to get into the position where I felt comfortable and then I'm gonna leave you. Hell no, I'm gonna go ahead and take that worry out your goddamn mind because that's how much I care about you, because that's how much you mean to me. And I can't do this podcast shit. I can't do working with these kids the way I do if she weren't who she was. She allowed me to be great. or at least try to be great. Shit me.
Hey,
What?
Joe say, do she got a sister?
Nope. like, like literally, bro. Like, I just can't see myself. Like, whenever anything happened, good, bad, or indifferent, she the first person I want to talk to.
Man,
I
been
don't care
there.
what's going
I
on.
know how that go. Listen, man. She. This is your story, so I ain't gonna get into it. So listen, we know you deal with the youth and mentorship, detention center, schools, refereeing, sports. Ready? Why is working with the youth? You know, especially like we just said, the detention centers and the refereeing. Why is that so important to you? So people want to, might want to know, why do you do what you do? Why is that so important to you?
So two reasons, and they are equally important. First is because I wish somebody had the knowledge I had and was trying to dump it on me when I was 15, 16, 17 years
Mhm.
old. I wish somebody was willing to listen to who I was on the inside, and I won't just carrying all that weight and stress and anger and frustration. And I had somebody I could talk to who I didn't believe was going to judge me, who was trying to help me figure it out. That's first. But second, and equally, if not more important, we left the streets fucked up. Like, we did this. These kids out here killing each other. We left them in the streets. We was toting guns. We was acting a fool. We was glorifying robbing people. We left the streets fucked up. And now that they fucked up, we looking at these kids going, they crazy. I don't know what's wrong with them. They doing exactly what we taught them to do. So my friends' kids is killing my friends' kids. There's no way I can sit back and watch that shit. I, we gotta fix that. Today we had an incident where I had to leave the McDonald's to go to the bus stop because word had went through one of the fight pages in the high school that these girls was gonna jump these girls. This girl, all over one boy who telling lies to both groups. 6 girls was gonna jump on one girl when she got off the bus today. But we was doing that shit. We just ain't had the phones and shit, so it didn't travel as fast. But we was doing that shit. We was in the mix just like that. And the reason why, like, people be like, I don't understand these kids. You ain't have people trying to kill you every day. These kids really go outside, and because gunplay is the way they solve problems, they have people, they be 13, 14 years old with people who, if they catch them, they'll kill them. We had people who wanted to jump us or fight, bro. You don't. They got people who want to kill them. That's why you don't understand it. Talk to him. He'll tell you. I got a youngin that I just found out got locked up. Bruh, it's so much on the straight and narrow and trying to change. But he live out Aqueduct where they always got beef and he affiliated with them. So he locked up because he keep the pistol on him. He work out Williamsburg. He just can't find nowhere to move away from there. He's 17, living on his own because his mama was done with him. He don't want, like, this the only place he can sleep. He gotta carry a pistol because it's always going down out there. He catch
Yeah, then it be the minute you tell them to put it down, and you be reading about them in the paper.
he catch the
So it's
gun
a
charge,
catch.
and y'all call him a menace to society. But I'm telling you, he been working a job for 9.5 months. That man literally get up, go to work, and come home and try to take care of his daughter. And that's it, bro. And I feel like we play just as much a part while people be trying to blame the white man and the music, like the people in their local communities. Man, I mentor Wilson kids who catch beef from what their daddies did 20 years ago. I catch kids who catch beef because their mama can only take a voucher out Young's meal, my nigga. The voucher say she gotta move out there. They only got beef because they moved somewhere because that's where they have to live. We did that, bro. And
Yeah,
so I have a passion for my kids is grown, bro. Ain't neither one of them in the streets for real. Like, they workers, parents, like you feel what I'm saying? Man, I don't like my kids good for real. Man, but when I look at them, like, and I hear some of their stories, mamas who tell their kids at 15, soon the day you turn 18, we having a party and I'm putting your ass out. Cause I got other kids. Like it's my fault that you went and had 4 other kids by 3 other niggas. But you gonna put me out though. Cause or at 16, you telling this kid who a 16-year-old kid, he gotta start taking care of himself. He can't keep eating in your house no more. Man, I got a passion for them kids.
Mm-hmm.
I got a passion for them kids because they didn't ask to be here. They only doing what you like. I got a passion for them.
Yeah. I man, so much. You still there? All right,
Yeah,
so much, man. Mm. Yeah, so much. I ain't even gonna get into it because then we'll be going on something else. Let's get on the podcasting tip, man. So like, what's the most surprising, or you would say the rewarding part of doing when you was doing your podcast, and since you've been on Listening Pleasure?
Honestly, the most rewarding part is like I posted this one day. What's up, Keon? I love you, bro. I swear to God, I'm about to reference you right quick. Like that's somebody that's family to me, and like I can remember the days when him, rest in peace, low birthday coming up too, bro. Ali B, like I was the dude. They would be like, hey, yo, sometimes you just got to tune Mike out, yo. Like that man just gonna be talking to be talking. He just like talking, and I remember my dad saying, man, you got the gift of gab. Don't lose that shit before you use it. And like the same people who used to want me to stop talking now ask me like when the next time you gonna be talking. like eh, uh, the rewarding part is being able to make people understand. Like when you listen to me on the pod, a lot of times or in personal conversations, because I'm known as the loud dude who always screaming. You don't understand I'm as smart as I am. You don't understand I'm as well versed as I am, and that's part for people to like really be like I like your views while being different. Like you make people understand them, and I can't really ask for too much more. I ain't never trying to tell nobody what to do, in no way, shape, or form. Whether it's me and Lowe's talking sports, and we got to do more of that here somehow. Yo, we got to figure out. We know we love sports too much to not talk sports never.
We about to get into all that.
But
we're gonna do some talking tonight. As soon as we get through some of these questions.
regardless of what I'm talking about, people really believed I'm informed and that I'm not just talking to be talking, and that's probably the best part because you know how it go. People always say the loudest person usually the wrongest, and just because like you talk a lot don't mean you're right, and this, that, and the third, or you just talking to hear yourself talk. Like I really be having something to say, and the best part is people being attached to that.
We go for that. I was texting somebody back asking about getting on the show. I'm like, this is an interview. Not bad. So on I don't know about exactly all your episodes, gotta be lying to seeing that caught every episode. When you was podding doing your things, some asked for both shows like I just did this one. What was I guess I just leave it as who's been your favorite guest so far and why on your show when you was podding, and you can talk about on your listening pleasure.
So on listening pleasure is easily uh Captain Will. Like we know his journey. Like we know his journey from Ferguson on the wrestling team, the cross country team. Like I love to see people that we know win, bro. So easily easily is Captain Will on Listening Pleasure, just because like like if there was a poster child for being who you are, Captain Will would be that. Like that's if I didn't see him for 25 years and then came back and saw him doing that, I would have said, yeah, I could have seen that. You know what I mean? Like so easily. In the
And there be people that don't even know, like, it's crazy because he called me sometimes, and if you watch it, cause as I always say, that's my favorite officer, my favorite. Definitely, uh, people be like, he be running across people. He be like, man, I'm from downtown, I'm from Lassiter Drive, and they be like, yeah, right. I be like, no, yeah.
no, and that's why when my pod get up and coming, people like him will get interviewed. People who came from where we came from, like I believe, and I don't mean to get off subject, but you know how
Oh, you good?
I believe that we put too much glory. Like I don't have no problem with people coming home from prison and being reformed and getting props for doing the right thing. I have no problem with that. But it was some people who had it harder than them people in prison who had to stay out here and navigate this life and pay
Mm,
bills and have people break their hearts. And you know what I mean? And they still had to navigate and they never stepped off the beaten path. And I believe those people should be glorified for our kids because we need our kids to understand that you don't have to go to prison to get respect. You don't have to do wrong.
that's how our community make it feel, bro.
Like and like we need more community days where firefighters, black police officers, and doctors and lawyers come to these kids' schools and tell them they came from 12th Street or fucking 44th Street. So these kids really understand that from where I am. Like that's why I fuck with that Keyshawn Davis kid so much. He put on for Norfolk like crazy, bro. Show people that you can go anywhere from where they come from, bro. Do you know how? Like, I sat in a city council meeting where I heard these people talking about kids needing mental health screenings, and these kids don't give a fuck if they die tomorrow, fam. We gotta make them want to live first. Give him a reason to live. I promise you, he'll sign up for the mental health screening. He don't give a fuck about that mental health screening because today he could catch his op at the store, crash out, and go to prison for the rest of his life, or get caught by his op and be gone, and his mama be crying about that. We gotta find a way to entice them to be good guys. Like if you really think about it, black people make the bad guy the good guy in a lot of situations. We praise the shit out of Scarface. We act like Nino Brown won a drug dealer. Like we love ghosts and
Murderer,
like
snitch,
man,
everything.
we I know somebody who watched all 30, I think he said it was like 39 episodes of the shit about Pablo Escobar. Like we love finding out about them people and glorifying them people like they was something. Man, them people were all bad guys. They were all people breaking the law.
Hmm.
And if
That's it's so funny because that's what uh guess you can call it a friend of ours, I ain't calling no name, said something one day, was like, man, your podcast is good, but you gotta get us some negative stuff to go viral. I say, damn.
I
I
already
got
know who that is.
I said, I gotta get negative to go. Damn, that's crazy. That ain't what I'm doing it for then.
I,
You know what I'm saying?
listen, man. Like one thing I said when I did the Fuck Your Feelings podcast, when I did the Two Kings and the Queen podcast, when I did the To Put It in Perspective podcast, man, I ain't gonna do no faking. I ain't gonna do no faking. I'm not doing this shit. Like I ain't selling wolf tickets, bro. I ain't selling wolf tickets. I don't like one of the things I said about my podcast when I get it up and running is if I interview you, you can't bring your beef, your negative energy here. You we here to uplift people. We here to uplift the situation and make people believe they can do better. Like black people in our community, we have entirely enough, way more than we need in negativity. The number one show for women's is Baddies or fucking
Stupid.
Love and Hip Hop, and they make they dudes, man, and that's a whole nother conversation. Need to get back to with men, but that's a whole nother conversation. like everything that black people watch is negative.
Yeah, listen. So yeah, and that's the whole thing. We ain't doing all that over here. Also, man, I'm I had a couple people hit me want us to come on a couple of shows. So I'm gonna give with Mike, man. We're gonna be so y'all can stay tuned and see us. So instead of us always doing, we're join other people with their topic shows or whatever. We're gonna get on some couple of other shows, man. And I'm gonna scream it with our audience so we can
Put on.
get out there, put on, and get y'all some different views and perspective. Hear other people. We got guys, and we still trying to get back to the hip hop joint, man. A lot of people want to do the second hip hop joint. We'll put another thing out.
Oh, and
But,
let me say this right quick. I don't mean to cut you off.
no, you good.
Cause this need to be said. Out of every podcast I've ever done, right? Every episode. One person has seen every single one. And that's why I shout that lady out.
Damn right.
Like when you talk about a support system, bro, I could start a band playing the buckets and the spoons tomorrow, bro. I promise you she gonna be out there watching and rooting for me like I'm gonna turn that shit into something, bro. And as a man, that shit mean the world to you.
Hey,
You
listen,
know,
'cause in the beginning, I didn't even know, right? So, I don't know how to work all this shit. So it was just like, yeah, you got a loyal viewer, blah, blah, blah. Then it was showing me like 4 people. And of course, I knew, like you said, my ace, my right hand, she be on all the time. I don't even know if she watching there because I think she on the road. Then deep, it was deep on all the time. And I can't remember who else at the time. And it was her. And I just remember hitting her like, thanks for the support. And I ain't never pay attention to when you be speaking and saying something. And I think I had inbox like twice. I'm like, man, this person always on. Thanks. And I was like, yo, if you ever want to get on the show. And then like 2-3 days later, you did something and I seen your picture. And I was like, hold on. They look like the girl that be. I said, oh shit, I ain't even know, man.
yeah, man.
So, I always appreciate the support, man. I appreciate everybody that ever been on and watched. I appreciate those that comment and be active in the shows.
I mean, don't get it wrong, we can still do it, but y'all make it so we want to keep going. Like the
And
people who show up on the Tuesdays or whatever days we shooting that I might have to go to work and I ain't got no sleep yet. Like y'all the people we show up for. I promise you, bro. I promise you.
and to my haters that watch and don't never say nothing, but always run back and got something to say to everybody else, I thank you too. Those
Yeah,
views add up.
because I promise you one day it ain't gonna be our little podcast. It's gonna be a conglomerate. And when
Damn
we
right.
are, and when we are, you same people who said it was our little podcast gonna be trying to fit in somewhere.
Got a question. I mean, it's a question. Yeah, this is a question. I'm tripping. If you could give one piece of advice to the young guys in the East End today, short and sweet, one piece of advice, what would it be?
Mm. Life bigger than downtown Newport News.
Hmm.
Like the world, like I promise you, bro. Like you know how many people I know who at their young age, like thought like like Up Denby was out of town,
Hmm.
and they whole life changed with whether it was going to the military or going to college, but going somewhere that won't like that. Like I say that because, like, listen, bro. When I first got the firm, everybody told mama jokes. Man, I'm about to get in a fight every 25 minutes. Say that shit again, bitch. I'm gonna beat you up. I come from somewhere where everything you say, you might have to defend. Period. Stop fucking playing with me. Like, like I got the firm and people looked at me like, what the fuck is wrong with this little dude? Like, why he want to fight everybody? Man, because that's how it is downtown. Every time somebody try you, you gotta be ready. And I think y'all trying me. So I would try to teach them, like, bro, it's a way bigger life than downtown. Like downtown is not the way the rest of the world is. You can move to Williamsburg and never see a lot of that shit no more.
No doubt. No doubt. Junior said, what's up? He
What up,
finally
bro?
get on late as ever. Only military got no late on everything.
What the hell, Junior? Why the hell Joe got a job?
He ain't got no job. I say the only guy I know from the military that's late to everything. If you could go back and change just one decision in your life, what would it be?
Fuck, that's hard. That's hard, and I'm gonna tell you why. Cause,
Mm-hmm.
cause it's two decisions in my life that I feel like either one make it different.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm gonna say, I would have probably went in the military. I probably would have, instead of going to firm, I probably would have went in the military first. Um,
Mm.
I military is about structure, teach you discipline. I needed it. I feel like I needed it. It's something I pushed to a lot of these youngins who don't have it now. Like in 8 weeks, like from what the military people I know taught me, they break you down and strip you back up, and it's one that's real close to that. And Junior, with Junior being on, I gotta say it because Junior on. Me and Junior would have went to Denby our senior year. I believe I go play somewhere else my senior year. I get an offer to go play somewhere in college, and that turned into something else different too.
Oh boy, man, you brought that up. That's striking nerve. I always said that too. Like motherfuckers wanted my brother to go somewhere else.
We talked about Denby.
I just know if he went anywhere in the district,
Fact.
shit, he getting 15, 20 carries a game. He lead the district in rush. You
And
know what I'm
well,
saying?
I can go for that. I can go for that. I won't as good as him, so I might not have been able to go everywhere and play. But most of the places in Newport News, I would have been able to. All
Yeah,
them niggas sorry as shit. What?
yeah, no question. I'm gonna ask you one last question about you, then we can talk about some other shit. Get you out the way. So, this to wrap up your thing, man. Um, how do you want people to remember Mouf Almikey, aka Mike V?
I really only want the people who I love that love me to I want to be remembered by them in a way. Everybody else gonna have their own opinion. I want to be remembered as loyal, that somebody that people really believe that would lay his life on the line for the people he cared about. Um, I want to I want to be known as somebody who, despite whatever he went through, despite how late it took him, he never stopped running his race, like trying to get to his ultimate goal. Um, and then somebody who just like was kind of hearted. Like I y'all ain't never seen me turn my camera on to feed no homeless people, but I promise I feed homeless people. You ain't never seen me like we don't take a lot of pictures with our mentees. We don't post a lot of it because I've deal with the ones who really rally. Like I deal with people who got ops who don't post pictures themselves, let alone like I deal with them people. And I don't do it to get glorified for it. I do it because I'm a true believer in what we saw every time we walked in the Greater Revival. Each one teach one, each one reach one. Like I'm a firm believer. Like the payback that I could get from people is if I helped you, at some point you're gonna see somebody who was in the position you was in when I helped you. Pay it forward, man. Let's make the world a good place to be in again. Like we keep hearing about the stories of our parents being able to sleep on the front yard and the doors not having to be locked. Let's 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 make our community great again. Let's I hate to see black people who don't speak to black people. Like let's become real black people all over. And I like to think that I try to be in the forefront of that in a bunch of different ways.
Hmm. Um, listen, man, great interview.
I appreciate that.
Um, now I just want to talk about some other shit, man. So let's get into some
Hold on real
sports.
quick.
Go
Those
ahead.
of y'all who stayed and listened, man, I appreciate y'all. Gave y'all a little insight into the mind of Mike V. Be looking before the end of the summer for uh my Vamping with the Loudmouth. It's gonna be probably a Friday or a Saturday show. It's probably gonna be like 10 p.m. We're
I
gonna
hope,
talk.
sir. I hope, sir.
We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk. Um, adult talk. Be looking for my new content page, my couple pennies. I'm about to start putting out reaction videos, some old TikToks just to get the page jumping. And then, man, like, subscribe, share this listening pleasure podcast, yo, because we growing every week. Bro, consistent. Uh, we coming humming coming at you like one of them albums from when it was the 90s. Uh, yeah, man. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all for listening.
No question. So, Junior, you on too? You can comment. So from the rookie quarterbacks last year, right? Just since we talk some football,
Okay.
uh, who you got rising and who you got falling? You know, like Caleb Williams, Jalen Daniels, Drake May. You know, them out of that rookie class last year.
Uh, I got Bo Nix rising. Um, Kind of hard for Jalen Daniels to rise, but they did get him more weapons.
Yeah,
Uh,
I got him just being even, or maybe a little slight. Even if he is slightly little less, it's still
Still ain't
good.
bad. It
Yeah,
still ain't
yeah.
bad. He had a fucking hell of a season.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I Drake May getting Stephon Diggs. Eh, um, I don't know what else they could do for Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams, like Caleb Williams' style is Caleb Williams' style. He gonna always hold the ball too long. That's why I think it's crazy that they tried to do Shador like that. Because you took Caleb Williams number one, he the same player as far as holding the ball, and
And he had to run for his life way more than that boy did.
and Caleb Williams had a run game. They purposely
Mm-hmm.
didn't run the ball. Like so yeah, I don't know, like, cause they gave Caleb Williams a mountain of stuff last year. Now their offensive line wasn't real good. So if their offensive line can get better, I could see him maybe having a little better season, but I I wasn't that high on him to begin with.
Who, Caleb Williams?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was a little uh,
I just think
overrated.
Douglas,
It was way more hype than Can he play? Yeah, overrated. I just think and people think I'm crazy. If you would have invested what you invested now, and you would have stayed with Justin Fields, you probably would have had a better outcome this year than. But that's just my opinion. Um,
like that's just like, to me, starting the season last year with Jacoby Brissett and not trying to get no wide receiver help. And then as soon as you get a job to Drake May, you start trying to find wide receiver help. I like one of the narratives that I hate is like they take black quarterbacks and make them try to do it by themselves.
oh boy, don't let Lamontia hear he.
But like
This,
it don't matter how much a white quarterback got, he ain't never got enough. That shit crazy. When Aaron Rodgers win, it's about how great Aaron Rodgers is. When Aaron Rodgers lose, it's about how bad the people around Aaron Rodgers is. And I don't really, I hate those type of narratives.
boy, you can speak on it.
Uh, and don't get it wrong, I didn't think Drake May was that good at fucking North Carolina. Like
Me neither.
that's the shit that pissed me off because every year we got some white boy who we don't know nothing about. Like, where the fuck did he come from? And all of a sudden, he just moving up the draft ladder. What the fuck? I watch Clemson. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm always trying to root for whatever team got local talent. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so, like, I didn't see Drake May be nothing that them people would have said, man, he could be a number three, number two pick. I never saw that. And I watched him a few times in college. But all of a
Mm-hmm.
sudden, Drake May just move, and like they like that should be retarded. Like to to look at college football over the last 2 years and not think Shador was supposed to be, like, I didn't think Ward was better than Shador. Like, maybe Ward more athletic, but Shador make every fucking throw. When you show me where his arm strength ain't strength. God damn it. Bitch make every throw on the football field, and he throw with anticipation. He throw people open. Like what the fuck, man? If and if you really think about what I'm saying, if you looking to win a Super Bowl, you ain't going to get a nigga who athletic. Like let's not fool ourselves. Super Bowls get one from inside the pocket. Say what you want
Mm,
to. Jalen Hurts was throwing the shit out the football in the Super Bowl. He didn't run around for a Super Bowl win.
mm.
Super Bowls are won in the pocket. So what are we talking about?
Yeah. Uh, who? Good. Okay. Most athletic quarterback ever.
Uki Vic.
Vic or Lamar Jackson?
Uki Vic. And it's not even close. Lamar Jackson can't run people over. Uki could run people over. Like, it's Uki Vic, man. Uki Vic.
All right, here we go.
And
Here we go.
that ain't taking nothing from Lamar. He a very close second. He a very
Yeah.
close second. But no, Uki Vic. Uki Vic.
You get to pick a coach for one game.
Andy
You get the defense mastermind, Bill Belichick, or the offensive genius, Andy Reid. That's
Reid.
crazy. Those are two I was gonna say. All right, boom.
Or Urban Meyer. It depends. If we in college, Urban Meyer.
Yeah, college. Yeah, college. I go with Urban.
For one game, now if I'm building a franchise, I'm going with Nick Saban. But for one game, Urban Meyer with the way he schemed and shit, like I would take Urban Meyer for one game.
Mm-hmm. It's a clutch gene. You down by 4.
Tom Brady.
2 minutes left. That's crazy. Who would you trust more, Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes?
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Listen, a lot of people talk about the fact that Tom Brady got 7 Super Bowls. What they don't talk about that in the first 6 of them, he had game-winning drives in each one of them motherfuckers, bro. When he had to be his best, he was his best, bro. I'm gonna take that nigga in every situation. Now, if my son,
I got you, Kenyon. Go ahead.
If my son wanted to be an NFL quarterback, I would send him to Peyton Manning camps to learn how to look like an NFL quarterback. But if you asking me who I want for one game or one situation, I'm gonna take Tom every fucking time, man.
I can't go against that. I mean, I can't. I don't know if I take Tom. I probably will. I'm a little biased with the Mahomes, but that ain't even that wouldn't be. I'm still, maybe you could call this bias too, but I hated San Francisco. It's hard to turn down Joe, man. It's hard to turn down Joe. Joe gonna make the fucking play.
And I would entertain Joe all the way up until them people was down 28-3 and came back for it. Man, fuck that shit. That man, he just took the GOAT conversation, slammed the door on that motherfucker.
Yeah. It's like if I had to pick now, honestly.
My bad.
If I had to pick a quarterback, Mahomes would be my first.
Yeah, easily.
But when I was, for up until Mahomes just took it, like when they go back, who you pick your quarterback, you had to pick up one quarterback, take the bias of Ook out. It was Elway to me, you know what I'm saying? Elway would have been my first pick. Like, I don't know why, just something about Elway. But let's go with the question your man asked.
Okay.
To me, it's a no-brainer, but so I'm gonna say top. Give me just best. He said
Prime.
The best.
Stop playing.
Yeah, he said the best corner.
Prime.
To me is Prime. So I'm gonna just say, of course, we may forget some. Like give us like your top 4 corners. That's a good question.
Are we going whole careers, or are we just talking about in their prime, like when they were at they peak?
I guess you could go whole careers, I guess.
So you can't use Osmoa because that shit fell off like a goddamn man. Like when it was good with the Raiders, once that bitch left the Raiders, that bitch fell off the map.
And then he only played that one side of the field with the Raiders anyway.
Let me see. So I would go Prime. I would go Revis. Revis did enough. I would go.
Is Champ Bailey going in there? Charles Woods?
Charles kind of hard because of all the time he spent at safety.
Yep.
I have him in my conversation for best defensive player ever, or best DB ever. Even though Ed Reed is a clear winner by far, but I would have had Charles in that conversation.
And Rob Woods.
Yeah, I can go for that. Shit. It's
Champ,
kind of
listen, I'm gonna just throw a couple names out there that I think gotta be considered.
Darryl Green
going forward for me. He going for longevity, 20-something years of that shit, and can still walk and cover the best young boy out here, man to man, speed for speed, when the game clearly changed a lot, and he was still up to date with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can go for that.
I like Danielius Williams. I thought he played very good for a long time. Like I say, Champ Bailey had to be in there too. Maybe that's about 5 or 6. So those would be the names I had to think about. If I can't think of nothing to jump out right now over top of them.
Like really, when it comes to football, like the stupidest conversation over the last, I guess, couple years is them people saying that, like, Jerry Rice not the GOAT at receiver. Like, that is the dumbest fucking conversation I've ever heard, bro. Like, for as much, and I hate getting on that conversation, but I'll entertain Michael Jordan versus LeBron James more than I'll entertain Jerry Rice versus anybody, bro. Like, there is no metric that you pull up that Jerry Rice is not number one. I don't give a fuck what them people talk about because he's 6'5", or he Randy Moss, or man, that man got all the records. All of them. All of them. I don't know what we talking about, bro.
Yeah.
Like
some Jones just Jerry gotta be one. I got one for you. They say tight end battle. Rob Gronkowski or Travis Kelce?
I'm going to take Travis Kelce. And here's why. Because he run better routes. Like, I think they both have amazing hands. Both, once they get the ball, are a problem to bring down. I think it just come down to who I would prefer running routes. And I think Travis Kelce a better route runner. And I think part of that is, which a lot of people don't know, is that the nigga is a former quarterback. So he know what quarterback's looking for. A lot of people don't think stuff like that matter, but I think that matter a lot. I think that's what helped Julian Edelman be so good for Tom Brady. Like, knowing what a quarterback looking forward help you as a receiver. I would.
And then I say this too, and this could be biased. You know what I'm saying? I don't argue the Gronk jump, but I go with it'd be a Chiefs battle. I'm going with Gonzalez versus Kelce more than Gronk versus Kelce. You know what I'm saying? I think Gonzalez was. You got to remember he played when we didn't have shit, and he dominated. We didn't even have fucking good quarterbacks. He still was dominating. He was slow as a bitch, but he still was putting up stupid numbers and couldn't be stopped.
And for the first 3 or 4 years, he was learning the position.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, like that's why when they talk about is it easier to go from basketball to football and football to basketball, I don't even know how that's a conversation. We've seen people play college basketball and then be professional football players. Like niggas that didn't even play college football become professional football football players. We
Yeah,
don't see people go from football players to being elite basketball players, bro.
yeah.
Like
Man,
Antonio Gates played 1 year of football before he hit the NFL. What the fuck are we talking about, bro? Like the dude for the Eagles, uh, uh he used to play rugby. He a fucking all pro left tackle.
yeah, yeah. I got one for you. Just off where to me it's closer than people think, but I'm still going no contest. Just off return game alone, Devin Hester or Dante Hall.
That's hard.
Yeah,
That's hard. Shit.
I'm.
I think you would have to go Dante Hall because of the highlights. Like I think they were both like as dangerous, but like the making 7 people missing a phone booth. Like, don't get it wrong, because if
Right, Junior.
You
Jordan
gave
Smith.
Devin Hester any type of scene, you was gonna pay for that shit. But Dante Hall like made people look goofy in the process.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, it's close. I can't, if somebody was to go either way, that's one I can't.
No, because each one of them had a different style and was just as effective. Like I said, for me, like they don't show a whole lot of Devin Hester highlights today. They still show the human joystick, goddamn it, playing video games with people. You know what I'm saying?
Boom. I got this one for you. We just talked about Travis Kelsey, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna change the game a little bit. We all know the linebackers later, boom, blah blah blah. You got your
Sean
genius,
Taylor. Oh, my bad.
film study genius, Temper 2 legend. So we're gonna ask you in the coverage schemes, who shut down Travis Kelsey better? Luke Kuechly or Derrick Brooks?
It would have been Derrick Brooks. And it's simply because everything Luke Kuechly was, Derrick Brooks was, but he was faster. And Derrick Brooks was a real cover guy, like all the way back at Florida State. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like Derrick Brooks was that. So yeah, I'm gonna go Derrick. And that ain't taking nothing away from Luke Kuechly. Like, I guess a lot of people might not know who Derrick Brooks is because he was older, but Derrick Brooks was really that. Like, he was really that.
Mm. Yeah, man.
Best safety of all time, Ed Reed with a caveat. I think Ed Reed got a argument for best defensive player of all time, and I know people think that's crazy, but that man won defensive MVP from the safety position. That shit is fucking unheard of. Uh,
Yeah, best safety by far. It ain't even
but
close.
it's a caveat. It's a caveat. Sean Taylor don't die, and that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, Bo Jackson don't get hurt.
Yeah,
It was, yeah, you know what I'm saying. So we can't, because shit, we could say if so and so played on a different team where they let them loose, but off their careers and what they did, yeah, shit, I can even say, man, I love the what was his name, Bob Sanders. He just couldn't stay healthy. He's
No,
a
but
fuck, he's a
that's
fucking
one
animal.
of the things I tell people a lot. Like, all of that play into your career. Like, I tell people, like, people will be like, well, if T Mac never got hurt, blah blah blah. I say, like, if you put T Mac numbers, Brandon Roy numbers, Kobe numbers, and Jerry Stackhouse numbers in their prime up against each other, man, them shit's gonna look almost identical. If you don't show people who did what, you ain't gonna be able to pick them niggas out. And we wouldn't put none of them niggas in the conversation with Kobe because of winning and shit and
Mm-hmm.
longevity. And so you can't take those parts, like the same way I gotta reward. I can't take away the fact that you played all the games. I can't give you credit because you want to goddamn it load manage or whatever. Like it's just part of your career. Like on the Fuck Your Feelings podcast, I knew people, if they would have looked, would have been mad. I said Derek Fisher had a better career than Allen Iverson. And I said it from a standpoint of out of the 12, 14 years Derek Fisher played, 8 of those 14 years he was playing for an NBA championship. And if you ask me, do I want to be the nigga who averaged 8 points and always have a chance to win the championship, or a nigga who averaged 30 and only have a chance to win the championship one time? I'm gonna be the nigga who averaged 8. That's me though. I ain't not like, that's just the way I look at it. I look at as winning being the ultimate form of, because all of us talented, and in order to win, we gotta, like, you gotta fit your skills around the team setting in order to be successful. And a lot of these dudes ain't willing to take a step back. Like a lot of people forget, Dennis Rodman led the college basketball in scoring for 2 years. And you wouldn't have known that shit because when you think about Dennis Rodman, all you think about is rebound. But he came into teams that didn't need him to be a scorer. That don't mean I can't contribute to us winning. I like winners. I like people who play to win. Like PJ Tucker was not a corner 3 and defense guy coming out of fucking Texas, bro. Fucking Pat Beverly was a nigga averaging 31 in high school and averaging 30 overseas playing before he came to the NBA. He won't gonna stay here doing that shit. I gotta find a way to like. And I just
think you was gonna bring this guy up. Junior say, yeah, Andre Iguodala took a step back and got 4 rings.
What you mean took a step back? He didn't fucking take no. What are you talking about? He didn't take no step back. He went to Golden State. That was the role he came to Golden State to play. He didn't. Who was he gonna get shots from? He won't better than neither one. What are you talking about? That's crazy. He didn't take no step back. Like if you really think about it, he was in Denver. Denver said they didn't know how to use him. They didn't want him. That's how he ended up in Golden State, man. Listen, man, I'm a Steph Curry nigga. I really do this. No, he didn't take no step back. He didn't take no step back. He didn't take no step back. What the hell? He played small forward for who? They had just drafted Harrison Barnes. He won't go get. They drafted Harrison Barnes number 7, bro. He won't get on the court over that nigga. What are we talking about?
I got a question for y'all. We talking football and shit. 2 different positions. That's what the young boys and some of the older cats, we go back and forth. To me, it's not even close. The best, and I don't even know if y'all watched it. Who was the better high school player, Ronald or Percy Harvin?
Ronald.
Yeah, it ain't even close to me.
I watched that man turn the ball up like he was drinking a 40 while he was returning the kickoff, bro.
Yeah.
Like he was at like the 50-yard line and turned the ball up like he was drinking a 40 while he ran down the sideline.
Man, that ain't no knock to Percy. Percy was a bad man. In my opinion, just watching the film I seen in person, playing, I've been coaching these All-American games all across the country for I don't know how many years, watching joints. To this day, he the best high school football player I ever seen.
I don't know about that.
That's me. I don't know.
I don't know, because you went to a game that I went to, and we saw Bubba Chuck put on a show.
Yeah, but what we just said, though, 4 years straight of doing it,
I can go for
you know what I'm saying?
No. You say
ever
seen. Now, if you say he had the best career, that's different. But I don't,
But I'm just still saying, now, do I say the best game, put on the best game?
Okay.
It's a difference saying a dude had the best game. I seen Chuck dominate some games, but for to say the best football player, I seen him do it 4 years straight.
Yeah, I can go for that. And he was untouchable. Like that man was a college kid playing against high schoolers when he was in the 8th grade. Like he just looked different than everybody on the field. Like he looked like he wasn't supposed to be playing it. Yeah, I can go for
It's crazy now. If Chuck would have played the 2-3 years or whatever, then Chuck was unstoppable.
Because I still don't think nobody broke Truck record. Truck had 7 interceptions in one game.
Yeah. Gets glossed.
That's the craziest shit in the world.
Man, I don't know, man. Who you say the best high school running back you seen come from around here?
Probably Elon.
Ooh.
Probably Elon. Like, I was still going to games then.
Me too.
Yeah, like that
But
nigga.
he was tough, but I just think, see him, Marshawn, and them dudes won't get in touch. Today was 15 yards down the field.
Michael Jr. and that Heritage run, Michael Jr. did his thing. Michael Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
I know you're talking about. It's a lot of outside, a lot of.
I mean, the backfield that we would have loved to see was Derrick and Jr. Coach Raymond, for whatever reason, didn't play. I still think if it, like in that, nostalgia, those my brothers. Like, they're my friends. So, of course, I'm rooting for them and think they would have been there.
Junior said Walter Ford.
I don't
I'm going Womack, man.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't know if he was better than Womack. That was exactly what I was about to say.
I'm going with the Mac, man.
But see, part of the reason I don't feel like that with Womack was I played against him twice, and he ain't do nothing to Ferguson either time.
Yeah.
I think nigga had like 30-some yards both times. So I knew this shit was like, you did that shit to other people. Because remember the first year, when Derrick was there, Womack had like 240-some on Northview the week before they played us.
Mm-hmm.
And like Derrick and them held him to like 19 yards or some shit. Like, I never held him in the high regards because he had bad games against Ferguson both years I played.
Yeah, I could go for that. Hey, listen, that's the same thing, my man. Hey, listen, Junior, what you just said, that's the same thing that nigga, my man B-Dog said, Brandon should know. He said, listen, man, I could have put up Womack numbers, but I got the ball 30 to 40 times a game. I said, But, back then, man, dudes, like you say, even back then, dudes was toting. The David Macklin used to tote that pill. I wanted to see what he was going to do at the Penn State if they would ever let him tote that pill, but it worked out. It worked out good because that was my thing. I was like, he going to Penn State. If he can tote that pill up there, shit, I got one little bro. Baldy was nasty toting. I ain't gonna say he was the best though, but he was nasty toting that rock at Phoebus.
He was. I came home. Baldy was that. I was like, God damn.
Outside. Let's take. We already say Ron was the best. We take Ron out of the scenario. Well, I'm gonna take two out. I'm gonna take Ron and Aaron Sparrow out. The best high school quarterback you've seen.
Taking Ron and Aaron Sparrow out. AB, what the fuck? What the fuck? That ain't even hard. AB. If Coach Freeman would have played AB in a passing offense, he would have broke all the records, especially with the receiving cores and shit. Like, high school coaches be so fucking behind the times. You got that man who got that cannon, and we fucking running the wing T. Like, fuck, bro. Like, Brooks. Like, I watched.
And at UVA, the man made it off third down though.
Third down. And in New Orleans for the first year and a half he was there, Jim Hazlett run Deuce McAllister on first, run Deuce McAllister on second, Joe Horn go run an 8-yard route on 3rd and 7. What kind of fucking offense you got my nigga playing in? I hated that.
Yeah, I was just looking at some highlights yesterday, and they were just saying how Hazlitt was a mess. Like that team, he really, a whole lot of stuff.
You know why? You know why they ended up getting rid of him and bringing in Drew Brees though? He ended up after Katrina. He ended up cussing out George Bush, the president. Nigga, like we sleeping in hotels and shit. We trying to get ready for a football game. You coming in here talking about us being heroes and shit. Nigga, we struggling like they struggling. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we here to come to work. And like he got in trouble for that shit.
Yeah. Um, yeah, man. I just think I don't know, man. We had so much great talent come from
Now,
in here.
the best two-sport athlete outside of Chuck to me, and he don't get enough credit, because he was silent and because of where he went to school was. But the best two-sport athlete was Tyrone Perry by far. The man started at quarterback and at fucking point guard from ninth grade all the way through senior year. He just like he went to Warwick and they ain't win a whole lot, at least football wise, so he never get the credit. But goddamn it, that's my friend too. And Tyrone, his career at Warwick don't get enough credit, and a lot of kids from our area don't know about him, and to find out about how he used sports to get out of the city and live a life. Like I definitely want to interview him one day, but I wanted while we shouting out all these people from our era, like, and that's my friend since third grade. He might not even hear this, but yeah, Tyrone put on in a way for Ward for 4 years.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah, Junior said Perry was a shit, but you gotta go. Curry was a two-sport dog.
Man, Curry graduated. Curry freshman year was my senior year. I didn't get to see all the Tyrone. I mean, Ronald Curry. I got to see all the Tyrone. I ain't knocking it.
I just say that man brought the goddamn McDonald All American joint here for
No
basketball.
facts.
He the only to this day. He the only person in the world in the United States. Excuse me. That won Gatorade Player of the Year in both sports. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, B2 was nice at both sports, but B2 got hurt a lot. I I thought B2 was gonna make it to the league for real. B2 had such deceptive speed, man. Like it
Yeah,
didn't look
true
like he
ball.
was moving that fast. That man
True
be
ball.
hitting it.
Yeah, B2, man.
Man, shout
True
out to
ball.
B if he see this. Man, the work you doing, city council. Man, we be proud of y'all, bro. Like I promise you, if you could talk to people who talk to me when it's time to talk about people I grew up with, like it ain't nothing but love, man. It
I'm
don't
gonna try
matter.
to I'm gonna try to get them on the show, right? Because you know it's crazy, right? So I just rolled past and I looked at the city council thing. Cleon Long. I went to school with dude. We went to elementary school, then went back to Huntington. Then we ended up going to Mitchfield, so I know him. Of course, we know B2. Um, Vic. It was like, man, I looked at the list. Out of them six or whatever names it was, like 4 or 5 of them person. Boom. So I was speaking on shows because I'm about to get out of here for this 2 hour mark. Yeah, so we got the Fender brothers coming on. We just got
Uh-oh.
a lock on the date with X. We got a lady that want to come on. She talking about, I'm letting everybody come on and do their thing. She want to talk about reincarnation and all this different stuff she do.
Good conversation.
Uh, yeah. We got the military jump Tuesday.
Junior, you
Um,
on the military jump.
mm-hmm. Yep, that he just said it. Yeah. Yeah, so we're looking for 1 or 2 more guests for the military show. If not, we're gonna rock out with what we get.
And Junior, if you talk to Cheese, I want to interview Cheese. He would be part of my everyday heroes. He used football to have a very good life. Like he went to college for that shit. That man, if he's still in Fairfax, that shit is the Fairfax County, the richest county in the whole United of these states. God damn it. That man get paid a lot of money. And I want
I
kids.
got his Will Sergeant Major. Oh, with Sergeant Major Davis. Where's Shane? Shaney. Okay. Well, we're gonna wrap it up, man. We could call on the phone. Let's get this time out of here. Like we say, man, we appreciate y'all. Any show ideas, please hit me with them. We open to all shows. I got another lady want to come on. We got some injustice reform people. We got it's several people hitting me. I've been super busy the last week or so I'm gonna get back on some of them people now. But I'm gonna wrap it up like we always do. This was a great interview and we talked. And we also got the great show coming on the weekend or something, kicking it with the day ones with all the fellas. It's gonna be wide open. We're gonna have whatever. So that's gonna be a great, great show.
Facts.
But I'm gonna wrap it up. May the wind always be at your back and the sun always upon your face. And may the wings of destiny carry you aloft to dance with the stars. Until next time, keep listening with pleasure. We really do appreciate you. Let's continue to help this thing grow. And we'll see you all Tuesday.
Peace out.